Why do you wake up exhausted after 7, 8, or 9 hours of sleep, or even less? It's not about the duration of sleep, it's more about the quality of sleep. And there are plenty of variables that will determine your sleep quality. The first thing is, of course, your stress management. We work all day. I'm not saying for you to stop working in your business, but of course we have our business, we work long hours, but you should be careful about the work you do at night. If you work after dinner, you will have worse sleep quality, and I'll explain you why. Because first, you'll have high stress levels, high cortisol. You are working on your business, trying to solve all problems, thinking about problems, thinking about client business, etc. And that will increase your cortisol levels, your stress hormone. And when you increase it, you will decrease melatonin levels, which is the sleep hormone. And that way you cannot fall asleep, you might have sleep insomnia, you wake up in the middle of the night, you can't have deeper sleep, and you will wake up exhausted. So that is the first thing. You need to stop working at least 90 minutes before bed. Stop working all activity, all work that you do. The second thing is your nutrition and when you eat your meals. Because if you eat your meals right before you go to bed, that also will interrupt your sleep quality. Because when you eat right before you go to bed, your body will prioritize digestion. It will prioritize digest the food, process the food, process the nutrients, and what will do? It will send blood, it will activate the system, and that way you will increase your resting heart rate and you will decrease your HRV. And this will again negatively impact your sleep quality because you need to have the lowest resting heart rate possible. And by doing this, by having the lowest RHR, you'll be able to relax more while sleeping. So the solution that I give to all my clients about the nutrition meal timing is stop eating and drinking at least 2 to 4 hours before bed. Of course, depends person to person, but 2 to 4 hours before bed is the ideal time to stop eating and drinking. Take your supplements with your dinner, dine out as simple as possible. Don't get a huge meal. If you get a huge meal, try to be more on the 4-hour mark because you'll give time for your body to process everything. And that will again improve a lot your sleep quality. Other things like, for example, stimulants, caffeine, nicotine, modafinil, but the most common is caffeine. You need to stop at least 12 hours before bed because caffeine has a 6-hour half-life, meaning that if you drink coffee at 4 p.m., you will still have caffeine in your bloodstream at midnight. And that will make you not fall asleep faster or have sleep insomnia or having that state of your brain is active but you cannot fall asleep and you are tired but you can't fall asleep, and that's why. So up to 1 p.m. you can drink coffee and be careful of caffeine addiction. I have other videos about that if you want to watch, but caffeine is great, but it's also very addictive, and people sometimes think coffee, they are so addicted to coffee they can't quit, and that's a problem. Coffee is a tool, not a necessity. And another thing for the reason why you wake up exhausted after all of this that I've talked about, it can be also training, because when you train, you are essentially make your body adapt to the stimulus. And what I mean by this is you train and you increase your heart rate and you do stimulus, for example, weightlifting or running, cardiovascular system, and then your body will adapt for those stimulants. And you will then increase your HRV, heart rate variability, sorry, and also decrease your RHR, resting heart rate, because your body will be so adapt to the stimulus, so adapt and so used to being in high stress states of training, like high heart rates and moving a lot, exercise a lot, and that your cardiovascular system will be so strong that you will be able to relax deeply and have the lowest resting heart rate possible, and that will increase significantly your sleep quality, and you'll see that you'll have way more energy than usual every day. You'll feel that after 3-4 weeks. On the first week it's a bit rough because you'll feel a bit more tired and maybe not with that many energy, but then if you continuously do that, if you go 2-3 weeks, you start feeling the difference. And another thing for you to do, and this is not a hack, but also to get a Whoop band or some health wearable, because you will be able to track your sleep and see the problems inside your sleep. For example, if you have the deep stages, the high enough deep stages, the duration of it, the duration of REM stage, the duration of light sleep stage, the duration of awake times, and you'll see this within your sleep and see, okay, I'm waking up a lot of times during the sleep. Why? And then you can reverse engineer why you have those problems. Maybe you have low time in deep sleep stage, and deep sleep stage, if you don't know, is the most important sleep stage that you need to have, and around 15 to 20% of the total sleep time. And if you have lower than that, you will see, okay, maybe I have I have low deep sleep stage because I'm working late at night, or I'm thinking about business late at night, or I can't relax late at night, or maybe I'm scrolling on the phone on the bedroom, and that is again another thing that will disrupt your sleep quality. Never ever have your phone in your bedroom. Not only you'll get the blue lights, but also, and this is more importantly, you'll have brain activity. You will be stimulus. You'll get stimulus, brain stimulus, and that will then mess up your sleep quality completely, especially the deep sleep. So remove your phone. You can put your phone on a desk, but the rule of thumb is, for you to get your phone, you need to jump off your bed. That is the rule of thumb. It can be another room, inside your bedroom, whatever, but you need to jump off, you need to stand up to get the phone. And those tips, I believe, are the most important. I don't think I miss something. Maybe I miss some, but for our clients, those are the first things that we do. Of course, there are other advanced tips that I recommend for you to do, like blood work, full panel, DEXA scan. Maybe you have, or you are overweight and your hormonal panel is messed up and that is disrupting your sleep. Maybe is something related to vitamin and minerals and deficiencies, and you need personalized supplementation. And supplements, I won't talk much about it, because yes, there are supplements that will improve your sleep quality, but those are just 10% of it. 90% are the things that I've talked about, and 10% are the supplements. So I prefer you to first fix with the foundations, and then you start thinking about supplements. And I have videos about supplements as well. You can watch them next. It's up to you. So those things, then you need to see if you are overweight or underweight or even obese, because that will disrupt your sleep quality as well. If you are in drugs or medication, that might impair your sleep. Again, it depends person to person. I'm giving you the things that work for certain, and then you need to assess your own situation, just like how we do with our clients when they enroll in our program. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment the topics that you want for me to talk about next, and see you in the next one.